Put on a smile and get some joy.
Let's check out 10 things you didn't know about Jollibee. The Filipino treasure has been gaining ground in the U.S., but still remains a mystery for many.
You'll find out everything you need to know.
It started as an ice cream place.
I didn't know that.
Just like many fast food restaurants out there, Jollibee didn't start out with the menu it has today. Instead, the now fried chicken specialists began their journey selling ice cream. Tony Tan Cactiong, the founder of Jollibee, was a recent graduate in chemical engineering. But after a visit to a Magnolia ice cream factory, he decided to ditch his career path and invest all of his family's savings into the ice cream business. He set up a franchise deal with Magnolia and opened 2 ice cream stands in 1975 in Manila. To respond to the growing demand, Tony decided to add some hot items and sandwiches to the menu.
Watching you eat sandwich after sandwich after sandwich.
The only problem was, those non-ice cream products ended up becoming the most popular items on the menu. That's when, in 1978, Tony decided to change his career path once again and left the ice cream business behind to focus on hot menu item foods. He even took a trip to the U.S. to observe how one of the most successful chains in the world operated, McDonald's. He studied its methods and went back to the Philippines full of hope and knowledge. So while the ice cream biz didn't pan out, Jollibee still managed to do fairly well for itself.
We're doing it, Max! We are doing it!
There used to be a TV show.
Let's go to Jollytown.
Everyone knows that the best way to gain trust as a family restaurant is to get the kids to love you. Just look at Ronald. So that's exactly the strategy Jollibee adopted when it created a universe just for the kids, Jollytown. Jollytown was a TV show broadcast by GMA Network in the Philippines and premiered in 2008. It was first invented to promote the chain's 30th anniversary, but it was such a success it ended up running until 2013 and had a total of 82 episodes. Jollytown showcased the friendly and helpful Jollibee as the main character, as well as a bunch of new characters, all meant to represent favorites from the Jollibee menu.
I love this place!
There was Hetty, the cheerleader representing the spaghetti, Popo, the french fries, Mr. Yum, the burger, and Twirly, who represented the sundae. The whole purpose of the show was to follow the crazy adventures of the characters with catchy songs and promote good morals. But you're probably thinking that you've never heard about the show, let alone seen it, and that's quite probable. Jollytown was only available for people living in the Philippines and never aired in America. However, had it aired over here, the success would have been almost guaranteed and would have paved an even bigger path for the chain. Because again, you have the kids' trust, you have the people.
Come on!
The Jollibee.
Now seriously, man to man, mascot to mascot, I was wondering maybe if you could help get me in the game.
When you're trying to build a business, your name, branding, logo, everything is crucial. As soon as the chain realized it would have to compete with international chains that already had polished branding and marketing, it decided to give its company a very smart and effective makeover to stand out. Their first step? The name and logo. Jollibee was originally called Jollibee with only one L and one E, a word made up by the founder. It was suggested that the name should resemble the words jolly and bee as closely as possible, not only to make the pronunciation easier and more obvious, but also to actually make it mean something.
Listen to me. You have got to start thinking bee, my friend.
As for the logo, it was inspired by influences like Mickey Mouse, comic books, and the famous Ronald McDonald. Yellow and red were chosen as the colors, but what about the bee? Why a bee? According to management consultant Manuel Lumba, bees are hard workers, good-hearted, and cheerful, something he thought represented the Filipino people. Bees are also associated with honey, a symbol of the sweeter things in life. Also known as Juicy J, the Jollibee of Jollibee is seen wearing a chef's hat, a tuxedo jacket, and its signature big smile.
My wings are buzzing!
Some uncommon pies.
I heat it, reheat it again until, well, it looks like that.
Obviously, by originating in another country, Jollibee is going to have some different menu items. Tastes differ from one country to another, so it's not that surprising. What is surprising, however, is how some of them can make us completely envious and others can make us glad we don't have them on our local menus. Regardless, let's take a look at some honorable mentions on the Filipino menu that sound too good or too weird to be true. First off, we have the peach mango pie, a somewhat distant relative of McDonald's apple pie.
It's a nice country, don't you think? Nice country up here.
But over there, they still deep fry their pies, making this dessert an absolute must-try, especially if you're still missing the old-school crunch from the fried McDonald's pie. Jollibee in Manila also has ever-changing pie flavors, meaning they get way more variety. There's the Choco Mallow pie, practically a s'more in handheld pie form. Now, onto the more peculiar pies. Usually, fast food joints try to stay away from the tuna/mayo combo, unless it's Subway, but Jollibee wanted to give this mix a chance and came up with the tuna pie. Don't worry, it's not meant to be a sweet treat after a meal, but still. Even though it might be one of the strangest menu items at the restaurant, it apparently has a huge cult following and is only available during Lent.
Come on, guys, what do you say? Let's give it another try for Lent.
It's like 5 fast food chains in one.
Here comes the airplane. There you go. Open into the hangar. There you go.
Fast food chains are usually pretty straightforward. They're either a burger place, a fried chicken joint, a Mexican fusion restaurant, or a sandwich shop. Those are the most common chains found all across the US. And while some might stray into more than one type of cuisine, most of the time they'll stay in their lane and won't venture too far. Jollibee, however, is the complete opposite. It offers so many different unique menu items, it can be a little hard to determine what exactly it specializes in. If you go to Jollibee, you can pretty much find whatever you might be in the mood for.
Do you think maybe you could eat that sandwich later?
I'm starving. Nothing to eat in this show.
In need of a greasy burger? They gotcha. Feels more like a fried chicken kind of night? The Chickenjoy, one of the chain's most popular dishes, is there for you. You can also get your hands on some steak and Asian noodles, but the real takeaway here is the spaghetti. Yes, you can even enjoy a nice plate of pasta paired with a piece of fried chicken, of course. The Jolly Spaghetti consists of noodles, ground meat, sliced up hot dogs, banana ketchup, a Filipino staple, and cheese. Basically, no matter what you feel like eating, a trip to Jollibee is sure to satisfy every craving.
Can I get a double pizza burger, chili fries with cheese, and a large chocolate milkshake?
Reigning Queen Bee.
Yes, Queen! Yes, Queen! Yes, Queen!
To have a successful restaurant nowadays is no easy task. In Jollibee's case, it had no problem rising to the top and beating out its competitors thanks to top-notch elite marketing and ferocious determination. Tony Tan's goal was to make Jollibee the #1 destination for Filipinos and tourists alike, a place that would attract a loyal and recurring clientele. And that's exactly what the chain became. It climbed up the ladder of fast food success and was able to dominate the country and surpass many other pre-established local restaurant chains.
This burger might just save the world.
And if that weren't enough, Jollibee even outperformed the Filipino Burger King franchises. Now that's something to brag about. Not only that, but when McDonald's arrived on Jollibee's turf, instead of falling into the background, Jollibee went at the Golden Arches head-on, which is not something everyone can do. They brought everything they had to the competition, and they now control more of the market in Manila than McDonald's does. To be able to overthrow not one but 2 worldwide fast food sensations is one for the books, that's for sure.
Tell me that's not epic.
Jollibee's breakfast is iconic.
My favorite meal.
Yes, you can get not only your chicken and pasta fix, but also a hearty, delicious, and slightly insane breakfast. Without trying this one at least once, your Jollibee experience wouldn't be complete. So take note and get ready to put having breakfast at Jollibee on top of your to-do list. The morning menu features some familiar breakfast staples, only they all have a little Pinoy twist to them, which is what makes them so incredibly tasty. For instance, you've got the classic breakfast joys, which come with seasoned rice and a fried egg, as well as your choice of meat.
Vegetable, meat, vegetable, meat.
You can get the tapa, which is beef tenders, tocino, sweet pork, longanisa, pork sausage, and corned beef. There are also the traditional breakfast sandwiches and pancake sandwiches. The best-selling ones feature a fried egg, bacon, and cheese served in between two pancakes. But there is some bad news. Some of these favorites aren't available in North America, so you might want to plan a little trip overseas to get your hands on some truly delectable, authentic Jollibee's breakfast.
Thank goodness it's morning!
The Flagship product is tasty.
The patty is definitely the real star.
Even though Jollibee is a master at serving all kinds of foods, from spaghetti to steak, and was even ranked as having the 4th best fast food fried chicken in America, every chain needs a specialty. Surprisingly enough, fried chicken isn't the flagship product at Jollibee. Don't get us wrong, it is ridiculously tasty and satisfying in every way. It's just not what put the chain on the map. No, the item responsible for Jollibee's early success is the basic Yum Burger.
The champ is the champ.
The Yum Burger was Jollibee's first signature product and was what made Tony Tan Cactiong notice that people would line up for hot food instead of the ice cream in his early days. For a little while, the restaurant was even called Jollibee Yum Burger. Over the years, the Yum Burger has seen many additions to the family, like the Yum Burger with cheese or the Big Yum Burger. But perhaps the most out there variation is the amazing Aloha Yum Burger, which is topped with both bacon and a slice of pineapple. You might go to Jollibee for the chicken or the pasta, but just remember that all of these are available thanks to the Yum Burger.
Where's the ravioli burger?
It's growing ridiculously quickly.
Hooray! We're back in business!
Since it started branching out into the North American, Southeast Asian, and European markets, the multinational chain hasn't slowed down. Jollibee opened its first international location in Taiwan in 1986 and its first U.S. branch in California. And now there are over 1,400 locations worldwide, almost 40 of which are in the United States. Whenever a new location opens, the crowd goes wild. But endless lines and particularly long waiting times has never stopped enthusiastic fans from getting their Western/Asian comfort food. Back in January of 2020, Jollibee opened a new Tampa location, and let's just say people went a little nuts.
It's our turn! It's our turn!
Hungry customers began to line up at 4:30 a.m. and only got to eat their Chickenjoy at around 9 a.m. But that's not the only time people in Florida proved their love for Jollibee. When the first location opened in Jacksonville in 2017, over 3,000 customers were served on opening day. With so much obvious appreciation and anticipation from North America, Jollibee has revealed its plans to open 150 more locations in the U.S., as well as 100 in Canada by 2023. So get ready to see a lot more of that Jollibee around.
Best franchise ever.
It won awards.
Yay! I'm the winner!
Saying you're one of the best fast food chains out there is one thing, but when you actually have the proof to back it up, it cements that claim. It's not every day that a fast food restaurant gets any kind of well-earned recognition, but over the years, Jollibee has received more than its share. Indeed, not only did it surpass fast food icons like KFC, McDonald's, and Shake Shack on the American magazine Red Book's list of best fast foods, but it also received 2 global citations recognizing the company's excellence as a world-class employer, which basically highlights Jollibee's values and how it takes good care of its workforce.
You were the model employee.
It was also the first ever Philippine-based company to be recognized with the Gallup Exceptional Workplace Award by meeting rigorous standards of excellence. Jollibee has also received many business citations. It was named as Philippines' most admired company by the Asian Wall Street Journal for 10 years and honored as one of Asia's Fab 50 companies by Forbes Asia magazine. More recently, though, the chain was cited in Forbes' list of the world's best employers. All this to say, Jollibee's must be doing something right.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
We're open 24/7. Just tap or click for another great video, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. And hey, leave us a comment.